What it is, welcome back to another episode of the Urban Warrior Podcast, your number one source for self-reliance from this thing we call the Matrix. I'm your host, Brody, aka B-Rock, and if you're here, you see what that title is: How to Turn Your Home into a Gym for Under $100 and Train for Real-World Survival. If you like survival-type content and you want more, make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications. Join me over on Discord, as well as get your free copy of the Urban Warrior Survival Magazine, which comes out monthly over on the website. Links are going to be in the description section below, and without further ado, let's just get into it. Look, after 35, your body starts to send you invoices for everything that you ignored in your 20s. You end up having things like tight hips, achy knees, back stiffness, lower stamina. That's just undertraining your fundamentals. And here's the thing that most people don't realize. If the system has any type of issues or people were to lose their jobs, supply chain problems or economic stress, then gym memberships is going to be the first thing to go. If your strength depends on a building across town, you're not really in a good situation. You're renting your resilience. So this is about building a home setup that trains you for real life. Things like carrying groceries, climbing stairs, during a blackout, moving furniture, defending yourself if need be, all for under $100. So you don't really have any excuses, you don't really have any dependency, and you don't have to worry about this being expensive. So the first thing you need to get is to start with like a jump rope, and that's going to usually run about 10 to 15 bucks, potentially even cheaper depending on where you get it from. So a jump rope is one of the most powerful conditioning tools on the planet. It's going to help you with your cardiovascular endurance, your coordination, your bone density, your calf and ankle strength. So look, you don't even need to go crazy with it. If you're over the age of 35 and haven't trained in like a while, just start with 20 to 30 seconds at a time, or even simulate the motion without a jump rope. I have done that before with the ones that have the counter on it, just to try it out, and it really wasn't that bad. So the goal isn't to look cool, the goal is to keep your heart strong and your reflexes sharp. So just start with 3 rounds of like 30 seconds and rest for like 60 seconds in between sets. This is going to matter because your cardiovascular endurance is going to be really crucial in a survival situation. It is going to be currency, it is going to be gold. If you can't breathe under stress, you can't perform. It's really as simple as that. The next thing you need is to buy some adjustable dumbbells. Typically you can do this for like 40 to 60 bucks. You don't need a rack, you just need the resistance. So a single pair of adjustable dumbbells lets you train your squats, your rows, presses, deadlifts, and carries. After 30 years old, muscle retention becomes critical. You start losing muscle naturally like every year. Strength training is something that is non-negotiable if you want to have your independence and be able to survive if something were to go down. So think of dumbbells as insurance for your joints. So here's a little tip. Focus on slow, controlled reps, not heavy ego lifting. This is going to matter because muscles protect joints, muscles protect balance, muscles protect you from falls. If you get yourself injured and the healthcare system isn't there to fix you, you're going to be SOL. Number 3, something that's super underrated is to get a stepper or use your stairs. Typically it's going to cost about 20 to 40 bucks. Like a cheap aerobic stepper or your own staircase becomes a great way to develop your endurance for your legs, work on knee stability, work on cardio intervals, train your balance. Stairs, if the power goes out or the elevator stops, your legs better be working. You don't even need fancy machines, you need strong hips and knees. So a little tip that you can do is do 5-minute step intervals while watching television. And this is going to matter because strong legs is really going to help you with your mobility and your independence. Before I continue, I'm just going to say this. If you want the full tactical training system, if this episode hits home, download the full episode for free over on Spotify and join the Urban Warrior Survival Discord community. I break down complete weekly plans, and we do have monthly fitness challenges. Also, we cover recovery methods and performance strategies. And if you want the printable home gym survival checklist, grab it through the newsletter. That's how we build our independence together. All right, without further ado, let's continue. Number 4, you could use a backpack for weighted carries. This is like something that's free that you can do. You don't even need kettlebells for this. Just make sure that you put like books, water bottles, or canned goods in a backpack and just walk. Number 4, you can use backpacks for weighted carries, and this is totally free. You don't even need kettlebells. You could do things like put books, water bottles, or canned goods in a backpack and just walk. This is going to help you with your core stability, your grip strength, your shoulder durability, real world carry capacity. Look, life is lifting things: groceries, kids, gear, furniture. So you need to train for it. Here's a little tip. Walk for 5 to 10 minutes with moderate weight once or twice a week. This is going to matter because grip strength is strongly tied to longevity and your overall health. So the 5th thing that you can get, and this is totally optional, is a yoga mat. Mobility is not optional after 30. Things like tight hips lead to back pain, tight shoulders lead to rotator cuff issues, poor ankle mobility leads to falls. In a survival situation, obviously that's bad. You don't need to be flexible like a gymnast. What you need is controlled range of motion, better balance, nervous system recovery. So here's a tip. 10 minutes of stretching before bed can change how you feel in like 30 days alone. This is going to matter because mobility prevents the injuries that sidelines people during survival situations. The 6th thing that you can do is start shadow boxing for coordination. Obviously, this is totally free. You don't need a heavy bag. Shadow boxing will actually improve your reaction time, your shoulder endurance, your core rotation, and your brain-body coordination. You're not just lifting weights, you're training your reflexes. So do this. Do 2-minute rounds of light intensity, focus on your footwork. This is going to matter because your coordination is going to decline as you age unless you train it. So don't let it decline. The 7th thing you can do is train sit to stand daily. This sounds simple, but it's not. So sit down, stand up, no hands. Look, no hands. That movement alone will help you build strength in your legs, improve your balance, reduce the risk of falls, strengthen your hips. If you can't get off the floor without resistance, that is a massive red flag. So do this. Do 3 sets of 10 controlled reps every single day. This is going to matter because this is directly dependent upon your mobility, which is directly relevant to your chances of survival. And finally, build yourself a 20-minute survival circuit. You don't need a 90-minute workout, so try this. Do 30 seconds of jump rope, 10 dumbbell squats, 10 push-ups on the floor or the wall, depending on your level, 10 rows, 10 step-ups, 1 minute of shadow boxing. Repeat this for 3 to 4 rounds, and that's it. Train like this 3 to 4 times a week consistently, and that's going to give you some really good results. This is going to matter because consistency beats intensity for long-term survival fitness. All right, my final analysis is this. Look, after 30, the game changes. You're not training for the beach photos. You're training for carrying water, climbing stairs in an outage, avoiding falls, staying independent, protecting yourself if need be. And you don't need thousands of dollars or a commercial gym to do so. Under $100 inside your home, built for real life. That's self-reliance. And this is the first episode of Tactical Tuesday. Let me know how you feel down in the comment sections below. Let me know if you're working out and what's your workout routine. If you like this type of content, you want more, make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications. Join the community on Discord. The game that I'm playing on screen is Project Zomboid, which I do be streaming over on Twitch. So if you want to come hang out, talk survival, get some gaming in, join me Monday through Friday over on Twitch. Link is going to be in the description section below. So make sure to come over and give me a follow. Go to the website and sign up to get my free Urban Warrior Survival magazine, monthly magazine, and check out my gear recommendations for fitness, survival, and self-defense. And if you need any help prepping, just let me know, message me, and I'll give you some more information on that. So thanks for tuning in. This is Brody, aka B-Rock, from Urban Warrior Survival, signing out. Peace.